No, no, no. This is a purity thing. He's saying this is a purity thing. He's saying the reason we do not commit adultery is because it's about heart purity. And Jesus said the only reason somebody commits adultery is if they've already lusted in their heart. It begins in the heart and it works outward. Now, this is an amazing thing. Because the Bible teaches that we should keep our heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life. So Jesus is saying that when we look, you man, at a woman to lust after her, it's as if you committed adultery in your heart. Jesus took the seventh commandment and made it so much more stringent. So much more stringent. What that means, you guys, is that when you look at a woman and you think about her as anything other than a woman created in the image of God and the likeness of God, you take it any farther than that, you look at her with sisterly kindness, then it's as if you committed adultery with her in your heart. Now, you sisters might be saying, well, hey, there's only men here. You women, it's the same thing. Now, I am not naive enough to think that women do not lust physically. You know that you do. But maybe more pervasive for women is emotional lust. You married women, listen, I love my wife. We talk about this all the time. It's real easy to maybe you find that your husband works too much or he's too busy. And you try and share your heart with him, and he's just kind of like, dude, what time's the game on? You know what I mean? And there's nothing that kills a woman's emotional sense of well-being more than the husband thinking about the Final Four when she's just working through a heart issue. So all of a sudden, maybe there's some guy who you meet at work, or there's some guy that you meet who's a neighbor, and he really takes a heart interest in you, and he wants to know how you feel and how you think. And your husband's just too busy, because he's too busy doing X, Y, and Z other things. And all of a sudden, your heart is longing for somebody other than your spouse. In a sense, you're lusting after another man. Brothers and sisters, listen. We all struggle with this. Let's be honest. I've never met a person who can't, if they're being really honest, say, I struggle with this. I struggle with longing for other people in some way. You know what it's like. I mean, you know, I've had my wife and I. There's been times when my wife's got, you know, in the supermarket, she's carrying our kids, she's got a wedding ring. Because people don't really care. And any person who has been spoken to kindly with that kind of inflection, you know that you like it. We know that we like these things. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel beautiful. It makes us feel wanted and attracted. And no human being doesn't struggle with that. And so it's pretty safe to assume that in Matthew chapter 5, verses 27 and 28, we all stand adulterers at heart. Every single human being. And maybe that's not today for you, but I'm sure it was at some point, and if it hasn't been yet, I'm sure it will be at some point. That we all stand before God, who sees with eyes that are so clear that He can discern not only our feelings, but our motivations behind our feelings. We all stand and have to say, Lord, forgive me. Because in the depths of my heart, I am an adulterer. And you know what's amazing about Jesus? Jesus knew it before you. And Jesus still walked the Calvary road to His death because He knew it. He knew it, whether it's heterosexual lust or homosexual lust, same-sex. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. It's the depravity of the human heart on display. And Jesus knew it before He chose it. He knew it. And he loves people enough to say, listen, I know you struggle with it. You all struggle with it. But I'm still going to take care of it for you. I'm still going to call you to myself knowing that that's where your heart is